Welcome back, Helldivers. It's great to see you again. Today, I want to talk to you about the brand new Plas-45 Epoch and why you should give this weapon a second chance before throwing it away. The Epoch seems bad to most players on paper, only because of the risk it holds and short ammo stock of 3 maximum shots before reload. But actually, the weapon is pretty powerful once you get a understanding of its main weaknesses and use that weakness as your strength. So the Plas-45 Epoch is an energy-based plasma support weapon stratagem with an armor AP4 heavy armor penetration that scales armor penetration and damage the longer you charge it. It has a damage number of 400 to 800, holds 3 within its capacity, 4 spare mags, and a reload speed of 4.18 seconds. The Epoch, as mentioned, is similar to the railgun, where you need to charge it for X amount of time, and charging it for longer will grant you more damage at the cost of potentially killing you. While this sounds dreadful at first to operate with, the following weapon, when mastered, can easily wipe out all sorts of enemies from small to very large threats. Because of how the weapon functions, its armor penetration scales up to armor penetration 5, and charging this weapon grants 100% bonus projectile and explosion damage. Now, there are 3 ways to know when it's fully charged. The weapon's rods will jolt upwards, slowly retract, and energy will begin to charge at the barrel. Looking at the charging meter, reaching the red zone when ADSing, or hearing the beeping sound is generally what you need to be aware of. Firing the fully charged plasma bolt will result in a visually large explosion with a more powerful sound effect. As shown, you can fire this weapon once it reaches a yellow threshold for safer damage, but pushing it to red and then near critical will grant you the bigger reward in the process. Unfortunately, the weapon is unable to destroy spawn points or containers, as its demolition force is low, oddly enough. Yet this is no biggie, as this alone can still take down a fabricator within 2 shots, as long as it is fully charged. In fact, the weapon is pretty good when it comes to dealing with bigger enemies you face, as 1 near critical full charge is enough to break a charger's shield in 1 full blast. However, the most surprising feature I found using the weapon is that when using it against a Battle Titan, it can take up to 3 to 4 shots to kill anyone in the body, but against the head, it only takes 2 full charges for it to be killed. Now, of course, the recoilless rifle can kill Battle Titans within 1 shot to the head if it's direct hit, and the same for the Quasar cannon. However, these 2 weapons' weaknesses is their reload time, where recoilless requires you to reload per shot, while the Quasar requires a lengthy cooldown. Epoch can fire 3 charge shots back to back before needing to reload again, which overall allows you better maneuverability when facing multiple enemies at once. And yet, players still see the weapon as absurdly weak to use compared to other similar weapons of its type. Let's take the Quasar cannon as an example. Capable of destroying spawn points for enemies' factions, comes with unlimited ammo, has a charge up that will fire once fully maxed up and not blow you up, and is very handy to bring with you if you ever face multiple armored enemies and need tons of ammo in the process. With such a weapon that does everything better than the Epoch does, why would you ever want to use the following? At the same time, the weapon is also bugged within its spread stat, where at times, when fired, it will miss a target even though you aim directly at them. Now, this has been reported by players and me alike since the release of the Bond, and it has been stated that the devs will be fixing it quite soon. But that alone seems to be putting a lot of players off with overall using it, as it acts like a less superior version of the Quasar cannon in every way and form. This weapon is trying to be an anti-tank, but it generally isn't. It's inaccurate for some odd reason, and the weapon's clear design of being an anti-tank, it cannot even compare to the current options we have. This weapon is really trying to be an in-between from a railgun to the Quasar, except it's more riskier to use, and just doesn't have enough pull to make players use it more often. So generally the weapon is interesting to use because of the risk-reward feature it offers, and when used correctly, it can do a ton of damage in a short amount of time. However, because of that one bug that's plaguing the weapon, low ammo capacity, high risk of self-inflicted damage, and lack of demo force, it becomes quite apparent that not a lot of players will ever want to use this unless they don't care too much of the downsides. I don't know, I like the weapon, but it could have been better if they left it to cook a tad longer. So, there we have it. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you have any thoughts on the content shared or generally like what was shown, then please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe for more future stuff. It was great seeing you again, Helldivers, and I hope to see you again soon.